Hey, Bladers, Brawlers, Duelists, and Trainers. Hope you're doing well. I'm Nero Masquerade, and today we're talking about the Beyblade original series, with one of the most iconic protagonists of the Beyblade series being Tyson Granger and his infamous Dragoon Beyblade. Alright, let's get into it. So, Tyson Granger is his name in the Beyblade English dub, and Takao Kinomiya is his name in the Beyblade Japanese sub. In the Beyblade Japanese subbed, he is 10 in the first season, which is the second Tyson in the middle, second Tyson. In the first season of Beyblade 2000, 11 in the second season of Beyblade V-Force, which is the fourth Tyson, and 12 in the third season of Beyblade G Revolution, which is the fifth Tyson there. In the Beyblade English dubbed, however, he is 12 to 13 in the first season of Beyblade 2000, 14 in the second season of Beyblade V-Force, and 15 in the third season of Beyblade G Revolution. Now, in the Beyblade Japanese subbed, he's voiced by Motoko Kuma, and in the Beyblade English dubbed, he's voiced by Marlo Gardner. And his first episode that he was in was called The Blade Raider. Now, his appearance is that he has dark blue hair with blue eyes in the first season, which is the second Tyson there. And that still had, and then as the versions of V-Force and G Revolution went on, his hair stayed the same, but his eyes changed to brown. So going on the different versions of the different Tysons. So Tyson Beyblade 2000 has brown gloves, a red jacket, a yellow short arm t-shirt, a black belt, blue shorts with white socks, and red and white sneakers. The fourth Tyson, Tyson V-Force, has blue gloves, a red jacket, a yellow long arm t-shirt, grey long pants, and grey and red sneakers. And the last Tyson, Tyson G Revolution, is predominantly the same as Tyson V-Force, with the exception of his red and white sneakers. Now going on to his win and loss ratio, so in the Beyblade 2000, his first season, he had a total of 26 games. He won 15 games, lost four times, he drew 5 games, and then he had 2 no outcomes. That's for the first season. In the second season of Beyblade V-Force, he had a total of 33 games, 22 wins, 7 losses, 3 draws, and 1 no outcome. In Beyblade G Revolution, he had a total of 23 games, 14 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, and 3 no outcomes. Let me know down in the comments which season you think he's the best in. I think personally he did well in V-Force, but definitely tell me which season you think he did well in. Now, his personality. So his personality and his behavior are really in line with each other, because his personality shows himself to be overconfident as someone who wants to be number one. But he also suffers from something I like to call main character syndrome at the start. So he shows some of his bad qualities at his best and good qualities at his worst. But overall, he soon develops to be a better character throughout the series progression. His Beyblading behavior shows he is willing and never gives up in his Beyblading abilities and his friends. Also, his behavior with people shows him to be straightforward with his words and not considering others' feelings, so he's not the best to have around you. Well, actually, he's the best if you want someone to be honest with you. He'd be pretty honest without considering it. This results in him often getting himself into trouble, but being quick enough to get himself out of that trouble. With that, it's more him and Kai, Tyson and Kai. He gets himself into trouble with Kai mostly in the full series, like Beyblade 2000, Beyblade V-Force, and Beyblade G Revolution. And their dynamic together is pretty funny because he's just that talkative captain, and then you got Kai, who's just that kind of lonesome ranger there. But also, he's actually based on Tyson and Kai are based on Pokemon Red and Blue, the rivals in Red and Blue. So just a little interesting tidbit. But that's where most of the inspiration for Tyson and Kai came from. A bit of their inspiration, some of their inspiration mostly. Anyway, getting into the best part, the Beyblade. The Bit Beast, pardon me. So Tyson's Bit Beast is called Dragoon in the English dub and Seiryu in the Japanese sub. And it's based on Qing Long, the Azure Dragon of the East. So pardon me if I butchered the pronunciation. And he also has features from the European and Chinese dragons. Now, I'll put his name on the video, up in the video and in the description if you're keen on seeing the similarities between both Dragoon and Qing Long. Now going into the infamous models, so how many models he's had. Now, these are the models from the first row across. So the first row has Spin Dragoon, Dragoon S Storm, Dragoon F Fighter, and then the second row has Dragoon V Victory, Dragoon V2 Victory, Victory 2, and Dragoon Galaxy. Third row is Dragoon Galaxy Turbo, and then the last one on the third row is Dragoon Burst. In the fourth row is the MS base, which is on the first one, is Dragoon MS Metal Storm. The second one is Dragoon MSUV Metal Storm Ultimate version, and the third one is Dragoon MF. And the last two down there are I think Kid Drigger and Master Dragoon. Thanks guys thanks for tuning in for my first of many Beyblade bios. Be sure to leave in the comments for which Beyblade character you want me to do in the next upload. With the next upload that's going to come up, it's going to be a Bakugan bio on Wednesday on a Pyrus Red Brawler. I'll let you figure that one out, but until then, drop a comment, leave a like, and sub for more content. This is Nero Masquerade, signing off.